the Shannon reform process. I think we need a bit of clarity on this issue. And the second thing I want to say, and the main thing I want to say, is this, that I echo what Senator Neil Richmond had to say about the need for this House to have a really good debate on Ireland's approach to the future of Europe. When you look at Emmanuel Macron and the words he spoke yesterday, most of what he's proposing is deeply hostile to Ireland's interests. And it's about time that people started saying so in public. You have such and such class battleships and such class destroyers. I refer to him and to some other heads of state as Bambi class politicians. They're photogenic. They seem to be cleaner than clean, but they come from nowhere. He is an accident of the French political system. If it were not for the fact that the front runner for the Republican Party in France made an absolute mess of his campaign, Emmanuel Macron would never have surfaced. And his views on Europe, when push came to shove, were a minority view in France. The extreme left candidate, the two other candidates, including Marine Le Pen, 80% of the votes cast in the primaries for the French presidential election were cast for people who radically disagreed with his agenda for Europe. And I think it's about time that we stand up to the European federalists who are trying to push Europe down the road of the United States of Europe. Guy Verhofstadt has written a book which says that we need to create a United States of Europe with a single army and a single this and a single that. The great majority of Irish people are wholly opposed to these kind of proposals, and our constitution prohibits us from participating, for instance, in a European defence. So let's get real for a change, and let's have a real debate in this House, not one where the Punch and Judy show between those who are totally against Europe and the people who are totally for a federalist Europe knock holes in each other, but where the great majority of decent, sensible people who realise that Europe should continue as an intergovernmental partnership of nation states, that is the model we want. And let's have an opportunity for members of every side of this House to express their views honestly on these issues, rather than keeping ourselves through some process of self-censorship enthralled to people who have extremist views of a federalist kind.
Senator Warfield.